Constant.
Hey, Shalom Israel. If you're just now tuning in, this is the Isupk Thursday night history class. Of course, we are the Isupk, starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. If it's not the Isupk under Commander Junior Hanna, then it's not the truth and it's not of the Lord.
Right.
Now, if you got anything pertaining to history, then go ahead and type in a question into the comment section and we'll get right back to you. I'll give y'all a second. Make sure. We just up on YouTube, right?
Constant. Oh, I believe Judah's son as well.
We on Judas Son?
I believe so. Let me check.
Bear with us for 1 second. No, we just on YouTube.
Yeah.
Most High in Christ. So if no one has any questions, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the topic. And of course, right now the topic will be pertaining towards what's going on at the border with our Hispanic brothers, especially the tribe of Isupk. What's going on with the tribe of Isupk is something that's been happening to the other tribes. What's going on with Isupk? It happened to the tribe of Judah. What's going on with Isupk? It happened to the tribe of Gad. And big ups to Officer Kazak Yad. He was bringing it out so heavy and eloquent last night. He broke down what America is trying to do to the Mexicans. The American government, Donald Trump, and white supremacy is trying to destroy the fabric of the Mexican family structure. That's why they are deporting Mexican families. That's why they went down to Mississippi and deported over 680 Mexican men and women and left, I don't know how many children fatherless and motherless. That's the whole goal of the American government right now. White supremacy, make America great again, is to destroy Israelites' families. Because once you destroy the family structure, the nation, as a people, you are finished. Now we're gonna bring some of that out. You got something to bring out?
Constant. If I could real quick. Wow. And what's heavy about what you just said, sir, this has happened to the Hispanics before, and it's called when the Spaniards took over, it's called missionary camps. And the first thing they did when the Spaniards came and invaded South America, Central America, all of that, they kidnapped the Hispanic children and they put them on these places called missionary camps.
Right.
Where they had them, they took their culture, they cut their hair, they cut their braids, and they taught them how to be Spanish.
Right.
They put on Spanish clothes. They couldn't speak their native tongue no more. So, like the scripture says, there ain't nothing new under the sun. I just want to bring that up.
Yeah, damn right. What you just brought out was super heavy. I was just watching a documentary about that when they did that to the Gadites. Once they took their father, they took their mother away, and they forced them into boarding schools. And then they did what you said, they cut off their hair and totally stripped them of their culture, and then they gave them white supremacy. So, okay, we got a question online. Gary Thompson, he said, Sluggy online. You want to know if there are dinosaurs in the Bible? Okay, what you would call in the Bible, what you would say a dinosaur is? It'll be like an alligator. It'll be a type of reptile, like an alligator or a crocodile, or like if you go to Australia, they got something that's called a Komodo dragon. It's just a big reptile. That's all it is. But as far as T-Rex and things of that nature, I can't confirm that. I have to check in on that. But as far as I've been taught, T-Rexes and things like that is not in the Bible. But I have to check on that just to be sure. Okay, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32, 28 verse 32.
Come,
Read
sir.
that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
The Bible said that where the other microphone is?
It's over here.
You got that?
Yeah.
Let me grab that. The Bible said that your sons and daughters shall be given unto another people. Now, for all the idiots that have been in our comment section on YouTube videos, in our classes, and things of that nature, and saying that Mexicans are not Israelites, you clearly do not understand the Bible, because the whole Deuteronomy chapter 28 is telling you the life that the Mexican is living today. Read that part again.
Come. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now, what happened to those Hispanic children? It was their first day of school down in Mississippi when their father and their mother were taken away by ICE agents. What you think? Where do you think those babies are going to go? They're going to go to where?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Just
like the Officer Karias was bringing out, they gonna with what? Bring that out again with the history that you said.
The missionary schools.
Yeah, bring that out again.
Right here, if you want me to get it.
Yeah.
The missionary schools were where they took not only like the Hispanics and they put them and they had to learn to be Spanish.
Right.
And they had to just simulate to the Spanish ways, and they had to cut their hair. Because of course we had braids. They couldn't wear their fringes. They had to wear the Spanish clothes, the little fluffy shirts and all that gay tights they was wearing. They had to speak Spanish. They couldn't speak the native language. And the same thing that, like the scripture said, they nothing new under the sun. The same thing they're doing now on the earth is the same thing they did when they first started the enslavement of the Israelites here in America 500 years ago.
Now that's the water, and that's the point right there. Those 680 families that's been separated. Now that those little babies, they're American citizens, more likely, they're going to be going into adoption agencies and things of that nature, and they're going to be learning the American culture. They're not going to be taught by their mother and father no more. They're going to be taught by Americans, and they're going to become very Americanized. They're going to be indoctrinated even more in white supremacy. Keep going on that Deuteronomy.
Come. And thine eyes shall look and bear with longing for them all the day long.
Now it's a viral video going around on social media and in the news about that little Hispanic girl. I'm pretty sure that y'all seen it. She's one of the daughters of the families that got deported by those ICE agents in Mississippi. Now I don't know what kind of unhumane bone that you got in your body. If watching that video don't move you, then you just don't have no love for your brothers and sisters. That little Hispanic baby, she's in mourning because her eyes is in mourning for her parents. She know that she more than likely she's not going to see her mother again. That's something that's demonic. To snatch a young child away from their parents is something demonic. White people are so demonic. They won't take a puppy away from a female dog for a certain period of time, but they'd be quick to take a little baby, a Hispanic baby, away from their mother and father. The white man, woman, child, it's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You're going to hear us say that 10,000 times because it's the truth and it's what needs to be heard in this day and age. Our people are still being stiff-necked and not listening to the words of the prophets and the Isupk under Commander Jerry Yohana.
Right.
It's so evident that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, but we're going to keep pushing out this information so hopefully our people will stop being so stiff-necked and bow their neck and allow some wisdom and understanding to enter into their ears.
It's a lot, sir.
Go ahead.
What you just said was super heavy, sir, because they, like you said, they don't take a puppy from the mother for a certain time.
Right.
What that little girl saw and what she's going through right now is going to damage her for the rest of her life. She could become a drug addict. She could become a straight whore for what they've done to her, and no one seems to care about that.
And that's if I could,
so
that's the point right there. I grew up around Hispanics my whole life. My best friends was Mexican when I was in the world. And I always noticed Hispanics, they always got a tight family structure. They always share vehicles, they share houses. If you go to your slave and you got Hispanics at your slave, they sharing their lunches on break. Hispanics got a very tight family structure, and best believe Donald Trump know that, and now the agenda is to break that up. Now, just like you was bringing out, that little baby, she's not going to grow up in that family structure. She's going to grow up possibly, Lord forbid, strung out on drugs because she don't got her father around.
Right.
Might be a prostitute because she don't got her father around and to teach her what's right from wrong. Instead, she's going to have a devil to teach her white supremacy, and which is just going to destroy her mind. It's a psychological effect. Knowing that you are Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, but you're being taught the doctrine of a European, that does damage in the mind of a Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian. And a white man is just a beast, and it's a war. It's a war that's being pushed on our people, and it's time for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to wake up to that fact. Matter of fact, let me get the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20, real quick. You got that?
Slide, so what? Oh,
Yeah, bring that up. You found it?
come on, sir.
Yeah, bring that up.
Here we go. This is let me see, slide. Get the name of the book. It was 1 second ago, because this is the Native American Experience by the author is James Warts. And this talks about how the Native Americans and their life here in America and eventually conquering by the so-called Europeans, the white man here in America. And on page, not have a page number. It says there's the California missionary system.
Okay.
And the California missionary system was basically a slave plantation. It was how they would get the Hispanics after they was conquered and put them on Spaniards. I think they even call them plantations. And that's where they would learn Spanish. That's where they would have to wear Spanish clothes, cut their hair, all that. I'm gonna read an expert.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I could. It says the Indians were well treated, but discipline was harsh. Some individuals escaped, but with their villages destroyed by the soldiers. They had nowhere to go, and numbers of those who fled returned to the missions. Gradually, over the next 50 years, the mission systems grew to include 21 separate missions. Now that sounds pretty small, but you gotta remember, these big plantations. These are split all across California. With the last San Francisco Salon built at Sonoma and completed in 1823. Right here. In 1834, the California missions were secularized by the newly independent Mexican government. Unsure of the loyalty of the powerful Francesca in Atla, California, and sensitive to pressure from the owners of huge ranches, the seculars included the church's political clout. The mission Indians were freed from the control of the friars. Since many had been born and raised on missions. The adjustments to freedom was a profound shock. Salakia, trying to find the part.
Okay, hold that real quick.
Come on, sir.
Give me page 27.
Page 27?
Yeah, Black Indians.
Okay.
Because what you was bringing out is going to tie into this. Find me where it says peaceable. How Columbus came over here and observed the Hispanics and Native American Indians.
Right.
Go ahead when you got it.
This is the book of Black Indians, chapter 27, and this is the chapter that began with Columbus, second paragraph. The Christopher Columbus who,
if I could, real fast, the whole thing about Columbus discovering America is a blatant lie, and if you're a grown man or woman, you should be able to discern and tell that it was people here, so that's just white supremacy in a nutshell, saying that he discovered this land. But Christopher Columbus, in actuality, used this book, the Apocrypha, to find the Americas. Christopher Columbus, he came to North America on a mission, looking for the Hispanics and Native American Indians, who are the northern tribes of Israel. That's the only reason. He was not looking for India. That's a lie. He was on a clear mission to find the lost tribes of Israel. Go ahead and read that.
All right, Khan. It began with Columbus. For the people of the Americas, the arrival of Columbus was hardly a blessing.
It said what?
Was hardly a blessing.
It was no thanksgiving once those Native American Indians seen those Europeans, those white people. Keep going.
On his first day, October 12th, 1492, the explorer wrote in his diary, I took some of the natives by force.
Columbus came to America with a clear objective. He said he did what?
I took some of the natives by force.
Now this is the actual journal historical count of Christopher Columbus. Keep going.
Khan. He later found the inhabitants to be tractable and peaceable.
So Columbus, he came to America and he seen that the Native American Indians were a peaceable people, and he said he took them by force. Keep going.
His response as a European was to say that Indians must be made to work.
They must be what?
Must be made to work.
Now, what's going on with the Hispanics here in America? They're being worked to the bone for less than minimum wage. Now, in that damn plant that got shut down by the ICE raid, it was over 680 Hispanics that got raided. But the plant, it was only big enough to contain 125 people. But they arrested over 680 so-called illegal immigrants. Now that should tell you something. For one, you know that those Hispanics that was working in that plant was getting paid under the table more than likely, because they were illegal immigrants, so-called, and it was over 680 of them inside of a space that was only made to contain 125 people. The Hispanics are being worked to the bone in this land. Read that part again.
Khan. His response as a European was to say that Indians must be made to work and adopt our ways.
And that's what's been, is still, that precedence that Columbus set when he came over here is still being enforced today. The Hispanics are still being forced to work and to be accustomed to the ways of white society. It's nothing has changed since the days of Christopher Columbus, since the days of slavery, since the days of integration. Nothing in the society has changed, and it's evident. You got to open your eyes. And a matter of fact, they trying to make it more visible. For a time period, the white man was being a subtle beast. He was doing it behind our backs. He was trying to make it seem like everything was good on the surface, but meanwhile, he got us in hell. But now the white man, he's coming in full force and letting you know that he's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Keep going.
Khan. The Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, also began the transatlantic slave trade.
This is another cut for you nutcases, you lunatics that say that the Hispanics and Native American Indians aren't Israelites. Read that part again.
Khan. The Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, also began the transatlantic slave trade.
The transatlantic slave trade did not start with the Judites. It did not start with the so-called Negroes. The transatlantic slave trade that you read about in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68, started with the Hispanics and Native American Indians. They were the first people to board cargo slave ships and go into bondage. The whole chapter of Deuteronomy in 28 is pertaining to the Hispanics also. So you lunatics that's not in One West Isupk under Commander General Yohana, you are not authorized to teach because you are causing stumbling blocks for the people. You are not ordained to teach this Bible because you don't know the Bible. Keep going. Any more on that?
Sir. He started by shipping 10 chained rockmen and women to Seville, Spain in 1498. He wrote enthusiastically to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabel about the business possibilities. From here in the same of the blessed Trinity, we can send all the slaves that can be sold.
Again, the Hispanics and Native American Indians started the slave trade on cargo slave ships that you read about in Deuteronomy verse 28 and chapter 28 verse 68. That famous Israelite verse started with the North American Indians, started with the Southern tribe, who we've been teaching since 1969 are Israelites according to the Bible. That 12 tribe chart that High Priest Arya, he set that 12 tribe chart up. That was ordained from the Lord and is found in history and is found in the scriptures also. Big ups to Captain Kakazar of New York. He did a banging 12 tribe lecture with over 4 hours of archaeology and historical facts proving that the Hispanics and Native American Indians are the Israelites. If you haven't seen that lecture, go to on YouTube, go to the Cross the Line page, the Cross the Line account, and you can watch that lecture for free. After watching that lecture, I already knew, because I know Isupk is ordained by the Lord. But after watching that lecture, I already knew for a fact. But it was sweet to my ears.
Reassuring.
It was nice to see. It was very reassuring that I know that I'm in the truth, and everything that Commander Julian has been saying is biblical. And he proved that with archaeology. He showed me some things I've never seen before. Okay, let's go to the Book of Psalms real quick. Psalms 55 and 20. Real quick. Anybody got any? Hey, Shalom Adawan. Anybody got any questions? Go ahead and type them in real fast. We're taking questions. We're gonna be wrapping it up in a few. But yeah, the white man is just a diabolical beast. To hide the information that Hispanics and Native American Indians aren't the Lord's chosen people is such a crime. And it's a crime against the Lord. It's not only a crime against the so-called Israelites, it's a crime against the Lord. That's identity theft. To call that fake bastard over there in Israel, to give him our identity, that is something that's horrendous.
So if I could, because what I see is the biggest part about this was to divide and conquer. Like Commander Hunter brought out hundreds of times, and captains above us. To kill a nation, it's easier to do it from the inside and divide them and make them fight each other. You ain't got to fight your enemies if they fighting each other already. So what they did was divide blacks and Hispanics by telling them they not family, man. By telling them we should have joined to each other because we may look different. Like we got some brothers out there that Judites lighter than Mexicans, and some Mexicans out there darker than, and they divided us so easily through what they did, and they gotta pay for that, man. All the Hispanics out there, man. You're not white, you're not Spanish, you're not. If you're not Spaniard, you're Spanish, kind of Spanish.
And if I could,
go ahead, sir.
One thing that should just stand out to black people that should reaffirm that Hispanics are your brother. In every city in America where black people are in the ghetto, who's there in the ghetto with you? Every city in America where there's a ghetto and black people are there, guess who's next door? The Hispanics. Everywhere that we are, the Hispanics are there with us. And it's in our eyes, but just like you said, the white man has divided us with things of language barriers, skin colorism, and things of that nature. So we think that we're not the same people, and it's so close to us that we can grab the evidence. It's right in our very eyes. Everywhere that you are, the Hispanics are there with you. Everything that you go through, the Hispanics go through it with you. And it's our job as priests and prophets in the Isupk to restore that branch, to restore the tree of Israel into one branch, like it said in Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, to gather ourselves together. The nation that's not desired. And it's so evident of that verse. It says the nation that's not desired. We know that Hispanics are not desired in this land. It's a damn crime when the Asians, who are statistically the #1 immigrant in America since 2011, they're the #1 immigrant in America. But guess what? You do not see ICE over here in Chinatown. You do not see ICE raiding that little Chinese poppy store where they selling frogs and cats and dogs and things of that nature. You don't see that happening. You see them coming for those Hispanics, just like they coming for you Judites. Just like the Judites are filling up the prison systems, the Hispanics are getting deported. It's such a crime. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, as well. Another main reason for that, because the Hispanics, the Mexican people, the Guatemalans, Salvadorians, people from Chile, all of them, they got no defense. They got no leaders. You know, like you go raid, they could go try and raid Chinatown. Chinese gonna be up there in the UN, wherever it is, embassy, they're gonna be going crazy. But who we got defending us in the Hispanic community? We got
Catholic priest.
Brown Berets, going to pride events. Men that used to be hardcore, niggas ain't, like, now is not the time to not be militant here in America.
Right.
Now is the time for militancy, for, what Cameron Quiet always say? We's, what's the word for manhood? Like
Masculinity.
We toxic masculine here in the UPK.
Oh, you damn right.
It's
over masculine.
It's the time for that. It's the time for that. Ain't no time to be soft. It's a time to join together in militancy, man.
Damn right. And the ISUPK is the prime example of masculinity. We making masculinity prevalent in American society. When people see us, it's something strange. It's not unseemly, but it's something that's attractive. When people that never seen the ISUPK, they see a brother with boots, braids, and beards on. He got shields on his shirt. He got a shield chain on, and got he got the beard oil going, got the nice braids and everything of that nature. Got the frankincense and myrrh on. It's something it's like awe-inspiring. And we making that culture, we making Israelite culture popular again in America. We saying things like shalom. We saying things like tawada, salakia. We making our words, we making our culture, we making our attire, we making our food, we making lamb, the top meat in America. We making Israelite culture popular again in America. Right. There's going to be a time when the floodgates are open, and it's going to be the popular thing to do is to be an Israelite. Right. But the right thing to do right now is be an Israelite right now when it's not popular, when it's not attractive to the masses. The right thing to do is to come into the ISUPK and put your brick in right now.
So I got what you wanted as well. If I can say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Israelite culture, man, is the spirit that we had before the Spaniard conquerization, the colonization of the Hispanics and North American Indians. Like, people look at this like this is like the Hispanics and the American Indians look at it like this is something foreign. And this is their culture. We used to rock fringes. We used to do all this. It looks foreign to us because we think we Spanish, we Catholics, we this and that. When this is our history right here, man. Right. And you come into UPK, you're gonna see it's our history. You want me to start, sir?
Yeah. Matter of fact, don't get that. Let's go. We gotta wrap it up.
Psalms.
Yeah, let's go to Psalms.
Come. They're the book of Psalms 55 and 24.
20.
There's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 20. He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Read that again.
He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Now, ask yourself this. What has the Hispanics done to deserve or earn the war that's being pushed on them by white supremacy and Donald Trump? The Hispanics have not done anything but pick the fruit for 11 cents an hour. The Hispanics have done nothing but mop the floors for $2 an hour. The Hispanics ain't did nothing but put shingles on a building for what, $5 an hour? The Hispanics have done nothing but love America.
Damn right.
But the Bible said what?
He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
The Hispanics have been at peace with America. But the white man is such a devil. He can't take it. He just like Jeremiah Hyman was bringing out. He's a sore winner. The white man is winning right now, but he such a sore winner. He's going to destroy his own economy by kicking out the Hispanics. Because if the Mexicans ain't doing them jobs, ain't nobody else going to do it. But the white man is such a sore winner, he would rather destroy his own economy than to share land with Israel with other Israelites, because he's the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. Keep going.
Right. Come. He hath broken his covenant. Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Now the white man, he just came out with this came out like a couple days ago. It's a new immigration reform. So like if you're a so-called Mexican and you on food stamps or Medicaid, now they're making it to where you can't get a green card because you're getting public aid.
Right.
The white man is at war with Hispanics right now. And it's the job, if you black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, to come to the aid of your brother, because they at war and they need you.
If I could, sir. And it's the job of every Hispanic, Mexican, Guatemalan, Dominican, wherever the hell you is, to get in the Israelite school of UPK, man.
Damn right.
You ain't got to worry about them cutting food stamps. You ain't got to worry about green cards up in here, man. Command Your Honor will feed you.
That's right.
And we've seen them done it. We've seen them do it. We've seen them offer the protection to brothers that have done nothing wrong, man.
Damn right.
And that's what we missing here. Is we missing the brotherhood. And you don't want to join your brothers because you think there's somebody out there, man. When the white man's showing you a nigga, man, he's showing you ain't no different. How you want that?
Oh yeah, damn right. Now what was so beautiful that I seen yesterday with Kazak, he got his radio show. When I seen him, I seen Officer Wahab, Officer Kasharwan, I believe I pronounced that right. Ashkawar Slaggy. I said Kasharwan. Slaggy. Officer Ashkawar. It was just so beautiful seeing them, the Northern Tribe brothers with the shields on and the unity, one West out. I was just thinking to myself, like, man, we need more Northern Tribe brothers in this truth. I want to see more of my brothers in the ISUPK. And that was just a beautiful thing for me to see. And that's what's got to happen. It got to happen. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we got to come together because it's ordained in this Bible. The Lord said that it has to happen, so that's what we got to do. The Lord gave the order for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Indians to come together. Matter of fact, let's get that. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. It's something that we got to do. And it's something that Commander General Yohana is getting done. He's the only man on earth that's putting Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians together underneath the Lord and Yahushua. How the Lord and Yahushua laid it out and wanted it done, Commander General Yohana is getting it done in that order. So it's imperative to come into the ISUPK because that's the only body that's ordained by the Lord.
Damn right.
What's that? Ephesians 4 and 5. It says one body, one baptism, and one faith. It's only one truth. It's only one body. It's only one we don't say church, we say school. It's only one school. That's the body. And that body is the ISUPK. And it's only one faith. And that's the doctrine that Yahushua laid down and the Lord and Yahushua laid down. That's the one doctrine that the ISUPK teaches. And it's only one baptism. Baptism means a teaching. It's only one teaching. So saying that you can start your own group and you can say that I can wear fringes at the bottom of my t-shirt, corrective rape, and I can sleep with white women. You know what got me when I was a fake Israelite? I used to watch other fake Israelites. And they used to teach that you can have a concubine.
Oh, so I remember that.
And I thought that was going to be in the kingdom until I got into the classes of the ISUPK and got the correct breakdown and was told that a concubine is something that you get from war. And of course, King David went to war, had a civil war with other Israelites. Right. But there's just so much madness and stumbling blocks out here because they're not in that one body that Yahushua ordained. They're not in the truth of the ISUPK. So it's confusion. It's a bunch of confusion out here, and that has to cease.
Your bishop is a liar.
Oh yeah,
that's a lie.
Damn right.
I got it, sir.
You got that? Go ahead.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That's clear and plain. But if you don't understand it, if you black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, and you are in oppression and hell, and you living in white supremacy here in America, the Lord said, read that again.
Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
If you black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, you're going to have to come together with your brothers and sisters and fight white supremacy. You're going to have to come together with your brothers and sisters and defeat Donald Trump. You're going to have to come together with your brothers and sisters and defeat these damn rednecks that's coming up against you.
Right.
And we're going to do it spiritually. We're not talking nothing carnal. Of course, you always want to protect yourself, defend yourself, but our fight is spiritual. You got to stop smoking weed. You got to stop sleeping with the whores. You got to stop being a faggot. Lord forbid that you are. You got to stop doing all these abominable things. You got to stop eating pork. You got to stop doing all these immoral things. And once you do that, you clean yourself up. You come into the Isupk. We are going to be a unstoppable machine.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are going to be a well-oiled machine for the Lord.
Right.
And once that come around, you're going to see the demographic of the ghetto change. You're going to see the demographic of the barrio change. You're going to see the demographic of the reservations change. And it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Right.
The black economy is going to be booming. The Hispanic economy is going to be booming. The Native American Indian economy is going to be booming. Heaven is supposed to be on earth. Heaven is not in the clouds like that damn fairy tale that your preacher and your priest teach you in those Catholic and Christian churches. That's not what heaven is. Heaven is on earth. Heaven is when you and your nation, you and your brothers and sisters are living in a code of morality. It's called the laws, statutes, and commandments. When y'all follow those things, then you're going to have heaven on earth. Once you have that, the Lord is going to fight your battles if you black, Hispanic, or Native American Indians. But until then, until you gather yourself together under the Isupk, because the Lord and Yahushua ordained Commander Johanna to lead this nation. Right. Just like Moses was ordained to lead the nation, Commander Johanna was ordained to lead the nation.
Right.
Until Yahushua come back. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Karyash.
Most High Christ, man.
Damn right.
Tap it up. We're the Isupk, starting on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Commander General Hunter, man. We got security announcements for all the brothers. Security announcements. If a new brother or sister come into school, when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There be no hopping in DMs, man. Stay out in DMs.
If I could, if you want a sister, do the righteous thing and wait the time.
Right.
It ain't worth it.
Right. After the 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment.
Damn right.
Which is a commandment. I do it again, Salaki, sir. Which is a commandment. You find that in Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, which is Ma'ashura. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Man, you don't want to talk about food stamps and everything right now. You see the recession. Who was it? Up in New York, the stock exchange.
Oh, okay.
They said we're looking at a recession coming through. We ain't gonna live through a recession. You wanna know why? Pay our tithes. Pay your tithes.
Damn right.
Free will offering for a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, give it to the priest. Upcoming Holy Convocations, September 28th on Saturday. We got the feast of the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, man. All blacks and Hispanics are invited to our school on 79th and Ingleside to come get some of this food we're gonna have. We got a bulletin board in the back. Any brother needs to see anything, if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. Any black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian wants to start coming to the school, boots, shirt, all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, man. in that.
Lord's Prayer.
Lord, we gonna say Lord's Prayer?
Yeah.